Narcy, Aaron writes in and he says, I know you guys are busy, but I have a question for you. I was curious if you could squeeze me in. He goes,
we're the most busy people on the planet.
well, we're giving away Who tickets.
We're super busy.
Or Roger Daltrey
Come
tickets.
on, man. We're trying to save lives here, Aaron.
And he says, I've got a little bit of a dilemma. I got a guy that wants me to be his best man, and I don't want to do it, and I need help getting out of it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't. We got to find out more from him.
He's looking for anything, any kind of excuse, but obviously he doesn't want to be a jerk to the guy because otherwise he wouldn't even write, right? He would just say, "No, dude, I don't want to be your best man," but he doesn't want to be this guy's best man.
So he feels some sort of obligation to agree to it, yet he's looking for a way to get out of it. Essentially,
what's the situation?
All right. Well, it's someone that rented a room from me for a couple of years, and then we just sort of became friends. And he just doesn't have any friends, and he lives in Visalia, so luckily he wouldn't never hear the show if he were to put something on
I
there.
don't know. The streams, the app's pretty big in Visalia. It's like our 5th largest market. We have exactly one download. In
I wouldn't
Visalia.
worry about it too much.
I think Google got back some analytics, and there's like 2 people that have the app in Visalia.
So let me get the background on this. All right. So the guy moves down here. He lives with you. He doesn't know a lot of people. You guys become friends because you're roommates. And now, obviously this relationship meant a lot more to him than you. So he's asked you to be his best man. And why don't you want to do it?
Because he's an idiot, and I don't have the time. I don't feel that I can offer him what he wants, and he doesn't have anybody else to ask.
Don't you feel a little bit sad and kind of almost like charity for him because
I don't want to do it out of guilt, Jeff.
But the thing I'm gonna guilt you into this, by the way, Aaron. Because this guy has nobody else to ask to be a best man, okay? You turn him down, he can't get married. He's going to question his worth on the planet. You might have to do one for society here and take one for the team, and that is just help a guy feel like he's important. You don't have to go on to be his best friend afterwards. You can,
right.
I mean, there's enough distance between the two of you to where, you could be justified by making a trip out to Visalia to do the wedding on a Saturday. And then after that, he's going to be busy. He's getting married, right? I mean, once you get married, you lose some friends. And then you could...
Yeah, but when you're the best man, there's a lot of responsibility. You got to throw the bachelor party. You got to be there. You got to...
For who, though?
You got to do the speech at the wedding.
Well, Aaron said
exactly. Jerry, thank you for that, because that's where my motivation is really slim here, because he impregnated a gal from Thailand. Okay, so he did one of those online dating things from countries.
I know a few people that have done that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
a couple of his good friends.
In 3 months, he's going to have a baby, and then he's going to want to call me, and he's going to say, this is its time, and I just think that there's got to be a way out of it, brothers. Come on, help me out here.
Are you going to go to the wedding if even if you're not the best man, would you go to the wedding or no?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, then go and just be the best man.
Yeah.
He's got a baby on the way.
Maybe it's a low maintenance best man since, he impregnated some Taiwanese. And
he's going to have to marry a woman that he can't even communicate with? Are you kidding me? Like, it's going to be a tough road to hoe. He's not going to ask you for anything else but to be the best man. Then after that, his hands are full, man. You're not going to have to worry about being his friend after that. Just do a solid, make a guy feel wanted, make it easy on him, and then know that, karma, you can chalk one up in your savings account for karma.
Or, on the other side of this, too, Aaron, what you could do is just not go to the wedding and come up with some excuse. Yeah. And, you're married, right? I met your wife once at Firestone, right?
Yep.
Yeah, just blame, use her and say she's got something going on that you can't get out of, and you're just really sorry.
This is the devil and angel speaking to you. Jeremy's the devil. I am the angel sitting on your shoulder right now. Okay?
Why am I the devil?
I'm just saying that
because I'm telling him to lie.
Because what you could do is really
down easy.
help out a person, even though you don't like this person. you did share some time with this person in your life at some point in time. You know that this guy, there's a lot of things going on with this guy, it sounds like, right?
Yeah, well, he's really got some issues with alcohol, and it
yeah, I'd stay clear from this guy. He's bad news. Bad news, man.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
Drop him like a bag of dirt.
But emotionally, he seems like a wreck. If you, what if you come to find out? I'm just talking worst case scenario here. Okay, you come to find out after the fact that he ended up not getting married because he didn't have a best man, and really hit the bottle really hard. And then went out driving one night after hitting the bottle in a depression.
Oh,
and
stop, Jeff. We're getting very dark.
Killing himself, or worse, killing somebody else.
Yeah.
And that all could have changed because
he always has to go there.
You could have just said, "Yeah, I'll be your best man. It's one Saturday in Visalia. Big deal."
Instead, the rest of your life, you're going to have to live with this on your conscience.
Well, I suppose that's true, Jeff. Good point.
I'm talking karma here, Aaron. I really am.
So let's do this. Let's open up the phones. We got the text line. You can write in to the program on Facebook or Twitter at Jeff and Jeremy. Phone numbers are 805-543-3693. And maybe somebody else has got a better idea, because I guarantee you I don't think Jeff and I have had any great answers. I think what Jeff
Speak for yourself. I think I have the best answer.
What Jeff is saying is going to cost you. But why should he have to go through this misery if he doesn't want to do it? If you don't want to do something, you shouldn't have to do it.
There are things in life.
Jeremy. Exactly.
There are plenty of things in life that we don't want to do that we do for the
that we already have to do.
That we do for the
There's already things in life we already have to do that we don't want to do, so why add something else to it?
That we do for the greater good of
Thank you, Jeremy.
Our fellow brothers in need. So you have somebody who is asking you to be a best man, but you don't really feel essentially that you should be his best man because you have very little respect for the person. And if you have very little respect for the person, why would you want to be his best man? But this is a guy that doesn't have anybody else who's coming to you and saying, "Hey, I really like it if you'd be my best man."
So we got some suggestions here that people have written in.
What would you do in that situation before we get to those suggestions?
Man code falls in at some point. It's like, dude, all right.
But
you're paying for the trip to Vegas. You're paying for the little people. You're paying for the drinks.
It doesn't sound like it's going to be that.
I think you should call Steve, man. Steve's already set up this bachelor party with little people in Vegas. I love it.
Dude, in Visalia, if you're listening right now.
I am available for hire. If anybody needs a best man.
Ditch Aaron and go with Steve because he wants to go to Vegas.
Ever.
It sounds like it sounds like the worst bachelor party ever. If Aaron becomes the best man, he'd be like, "Yeah, we'll go down to the Sizzler in Visalia."
John writes in, he says, "Fake your own death." God, again, that sounds just like a lot of work.
No, that's how you get away from a stage 5 clinger.
Yeah.
Visalia is not that far away. It's not like he lives on the other side of the country. You know what I mean? It's
a couple
hours. I mean, that's join the Marines. That seems like even worse commitment. I think I'd rather be the best man than join the Marines, David. Let's see. We got a couple guys here. Hi, what do you got?
The guy that his friend, whatever it is to him, he gets a room for him every once in a while, right? Did I hear that correct?
Yeah, he actually allowed the guy to live with him for a while when he needed a place to stay.
He's got to do it, man. That's just karma, bro. That's just returning the favor.
No. You've got it backwards. No, Aaron gave this guy a place to stay. Then the guy kind of latched on to him like a puppy dog, and now he wants the guy to be his best man. So it's already he's saying, listen, it was already enough. I was nice enough to give the guy a room. I don't need to be his best man as well.
I still feel the same way, even if it's backwards or not.
I know. And see, the thing is, Aaron's point of view on this is his generosity to this point should have been enough to fill the favor bucket. But then again, there are people out there, and especially people that are alcoholics or down on their luck or touchy in the emotional department, that when they ask you to be, if you will be their best man, you're better off just cutting your losses and doing it once, as opposed to saying no, because you say no, who knows what's going to happen. That's my point of view on it.
All right. I think if anything, Aaron ought to go to the guy and say, "Hey, listen, I was already nice enough to give you a place to stay once, right? Your favors are used up."
Tough love doesn't always work with all types of individuals, though.
Roger.
Hey, I was just thinking you should just pay somebody else to do it. Tell us the guy's getting married. I can't do it. I got a buddy who's going to fill in for me.
Wow.
Just pay somebody a few bills. He'll do it.
Take out an ad on Craigslist, say, hey, I don't feel like being a best man. Will you be a best man for you? I'll pay you $200 and you'll get a room in Visalia.
Look at Steve's ready to do it right now. He's the guy that you pay.
You got to honor the code, man. Honor the code.
But he's saying that, Aaron, you need to pay Steve to be the best man.
You don't have to pay me. You just got to pay for me. I mean, that should be the question. Like, if somebody asks you to be their best man, it's like, all right, well, where's the bachelor party going to be? I'll plan it.
Is there a barrel house in Visalia? Isn't there a barrel house?
I think there is.
In Visalia?
I think you might be right on that. But we're talking
the bachelor party there.
Northeast, right?
Vegas.
But I mean, as far as Central Valley towns go, Visalia is not the worst.
Nobody. Come on, Aaron.
Nobody.
This guy's got nobody, man. Nobody cares about me. Nobody. Bastard.
Let that burn in your brain, Aaron.
Andy writes in, he says, traditionally, that's an honor to be asked to be the best man. If he doesn't want the position, then he should, tell the guy and move on. He says, I need a little bit more information, but this guy sounds like a douchebag.
Remember, the guy, he said that he has nobody else to ask. That's sad.
Yeah.
And like Steve said earlier, eventually, at some point, you don't want to do it, but man.
Don't you think at the end of the day, when it's all over, even if you hated it, you would at least sit there and go, you know what? At least I did a solid for somebody.
Did the right thing.
And I did the right thing.
So you're coming around on my point of view on this.
Well, if he's got nobody, maybe it was David Lee Roth and Gigolo, and I don't know. I'm starting to feel bad for the guy. Tom's on the phone. Hey, Tom, what do you got, man?
Yeah, I would tell him I don't support this wedding. I don't like the way you found your bride or whatever. I think you should date the girl for a couple of years, be engaged for a year. And so I cannot be a part of this wedding. I'm really sorry. You're a nice guy. But make sure your beliefs are totally different from his, and he'll start avoiding you.
I see. So start knocking the fact
sabotage.
That he got some Taiwanese bride, knocked her up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That is a part that we're.
Is that bride by mail or mail order bride? Yeah.
I don't know. Is she nice?
Yeah, just tell him I don't support the wedding. I can't be a part of the wedding if I don't support it.
God, Aaron, I know you're still listening.
When are people? Why does everybody got to morally legislate other people's lives?
You got to obey the code.
Wouldn't we feel better if we saw a picture of the bride to be Taiwanese?
Why does it have to do with the bride at all? Like a guy asked you for your help to be your best man. Yeah. You got to do it.
Will you be my best man? I mean,
and you are Mr. Man Card, Steve.
I'm telling you got to obey the code.
Sadly enough, I pretty much say yes to anybody that asks me that,
right?
Because they see you as
I'm the only one that asked him
as their best friend.
I guess he felt like he had to do it.
They see you as their best friend. So at that point in time, you're like,
well, okay, it's not a matter of being your best friend. It's like you think that person is going to have like the most impact or have the best bachelor party for you, or at least be able to send you off the best. Like when they were thinking out of all the people they could ask, they asked you.
Yeah.
So what we're figuring out here is that Narcy is very selfish.
Yeah.
He's very about himself.
He's not obeying the code.
Yeah.
He wants to go to the dock when it's cold.
What? What does that mean?
I don't know what that means either. I don't know what that means.
When you're fishing and it's really cold in the morning.
Oh, God, that was an inside joke because I took Steve fishing one day when it was like 35 degrees and he whined the whole time. Well, he said there was ice on his line. There wasn't.
That's too cold.
And I told him I would take him back to the dock and start the truck and let him sit in there and get warm.
I would never take you fishing in those conditions, Steve.
You could be my best man.
Somebody unnamed on the 805 Beer text line just said, just tell him being in weddings isn't my thing.
That's not, no.
I think that if you're going to decline, that has to be
lame.
That's the best route.
All you got to do is get drunk if you don't want to be there.
Yeah, just God, that is so lame. Hey, listen, I'll be your best man, but here's the deal. You have to plan your own bachelor party, and you have to pay for my tux, and I'll be there, all right? I'll stand up there. I'll even say something nice about you at the reception.
Here's the deal.
But I got to tell you, we're not that close.
I'll be the worst best man that you could ever have, essentially is what you're saying. I'll be your best man, but I'll be the worst best man.
Maybe he just wants you to stand there and sign the, you need a witness to sign the document.
Courthouse, yeah. Maybe it's just a courthouse thing.
Yeah.
Aaron, Get over there, get up early in the morning, come back, be home that afternoon.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.